That's what we're seeing, brothers, and a few you sisters that are watching. All right, so let me read some more on this. It says, "Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, and let the weak say that I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, and let the heathen be wakened." In other words, they're going to be stirred up and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is in the Middle East. For there will I sit to judge all of the heathen round about. So the war's going to begin there, and then it's going to evaporate. Verse 13, "Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe, and come and get ye down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitude, multitude in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining." Why? Because all of that smoke, which is going to come out of those missiles, are going to proliferate in the skies. And that's how the sky is going to be darkened. That's how you're not going to be able to see the sun and the moon. Verse 16, "And the Lord also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people, and the strength of his children of Israel." Exactly. Because simultaneously, when the war breaks out, Yahushua is going to break out into this realm, and he's going to deliver the children of Israel. You see? So this is why we definitely hastening the time of the great war, which will be fought between these other nations. And all of these other nations, they will take the big L. They will lose dramatically, astronomically, to the point where the world will no longer be what you thought it was and how you seeing it right now. All right, and then the world that was never thought of, or should I say, the one that was not thought of to wear the crown, will wear the crowns, and that's just going to be us ruling the earth next when the Messiah gets back. All right, which he will be back, as I've said and I'll say it again, in the midst of this nuclear war. So let's read verse 17. It says, "So shall ye know that I am the Lord your power, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain, and then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore." Exactly, meaning we're not going to be taken into captivity anymore. That's in the book of Lamentations, the 4th chapter. All right, where it says, thy sins have been accomplished, and I will no more carry thee into captivity." That's what's going to happen. When we get into the power seat, we're going to be in power forever. We're not going to come down out of power, and no other nation is going to take over our power. All right? So it says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all of the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and a fountain shall come forth of the house of the Lord, and shall the waters of the valley of Shittim. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness." So this is talking about America now, because the modern day Egypt is America, because you have Edomites that are in a state of exaltation, as well as the pharaohs were in ancient Egypt. So Joel, as it reads, as he says, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom. So why is he mentioning Egypt and then mentioning Edom? Because in this particular Egypt, as we're in right now, which is America, will have Edomites in it. And this particular Egypt will be made desolate by what? The nuclear missiles. You can read that in the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter, where it talks about how even an Arabian tent will not be pitched there. Okay? No man shall dwell therein, but desert-like creatures. Let's continue. "And for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land." Let's get that in the book of Numbers 35. Numbers 35, verse 33. Let's get that. And then we got to go and get Ezekiel 35. Anyway, so it says, so shall ye not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So that's how America will be cleansed for the beasts of the field, the desert-like creatures. Because the people that have shed blood, their blood will be shed. And who did they kill? They killed us in that land. As it says in the book of Revelations that the blood of the saints was in her. Okay, in other words, the blood of the Israelites was shed on the land of America. You see? So America will be blown up to smithereens, man. America's going to get the same treatment, that which is what it gave the world, and also including the apple of the Lord's eye. All right? Whatever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Colossians 3:25, it says, matter of fact, let me go and get these scriptures, man. Instead of quoting, let me go and get it. Colossians 3:25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he have done, and there is no respect of persons. Exactly. So Esau's going to get the same treatment that he dished out to the world. And what I mean by the word, I'm talking about all of these nations, man, including the sons of God. So it says, let's go back and read some more on this. It says, and Egypt shall be a desolation, once again, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion. Exactly. You see, so that's what's going to happen, man. These Edomites are going to get a taste of their own medicine. And these Edomites are going to see their own land be destroyed. And we can take it even higher, their whole civilization being destroyed. So now I want to read something else. I have another article here concerning this congresswoman by the name of Marjorie Taylor, and she denounces the vaccine passports. So let's read this. It says, Biden's mark of the beast, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene fiercely denounces vaccine passports initiative. So it says, U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene has claimed that the Biden administration aims to force all Americans to have the you-know-what vaccine passports, comparing it to the mark of the beast prophesied in the Bible. And they want you to be required to have something called a COVID passport, Greene said on Monday in a Facebook live stream. This would mandate your ability to be able to travel, your ability to be able to buy and sell. And I asked the question earlier today, is this something like Biden's mark of the beast? Because that is really disturbing and not good. And according to the prophecy in Revelation 13, it says that when you look up the word mark is it just simply means incision or something to cut into. So we know based on that, it's going to be some kind of technology that the powers that be will mandate the people to get it in, to get an implant. It's going to be something out of an implant. What Esau's trying to do is come up with something that goes around the prophecy of the mark of the beast, as we believe it to be, as everybody believes it to be. It's the microchip. That's what they're trying to go around over. But they're going to find themselves coming up with some kind of technology, and if they have, they already did it already. And if they haven't, then they need to start doing it now. But I believe they already got the technology already in preparation for the people to get. We know eventually it's going to be something to the effect of an implantable device in the book of Revelations, the 13th chapter, as the mark of the beast. You know, so that's all I got to pretty much say on this right here. And I'll put this in the description box So you brothers and a few sisters can check this out for yourselves as well. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Shalom.